Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lords of the Night. With me, as always, is the Lord of Pain, Ranting Monkey.
Hello.
And the Lord of Pennies, Satsu 2 cents.
What up, no?
And I'm your host, Scribe, the Lord of Punishment. Hello, chat. Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a good Friday, and you have a good weekend ahead of you. And you've got your face mask on, and you've got your Purell, and you've got your isolation chamber, and you've got your Lysol, and whatever else you need to do. I don't know. It's zombie apocalypse out there for some people, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. So,
Lysol
how are you guys?
help in the zombie apocalypse?
Well, it depends on what the zombies are based on. You know, if they're based on like some kind of disease or something, conceivably it could be a weapon.
I suppose so.
I mean, it depends. Like, are your zombies supernatural? Are they biological? Are they, is there some kind of like they're raised by magic or something? You know, what's the source? Then that would probably determine whether or not Lysol is effective.
Don't aim for the head. Disinfect it.
Yeah, there you go. That monkey. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. God, why is my phone so loud? I'm all right, thanks. Pretty decent day. Got not great sleep, but some sleep last night, so not bad at all, thanks.
And Satsu, how are you?
Pretty good. There's a video out there right now of Squeetus almost crawling.
Oh, or just now?
She didn't quite make it, but she was trying her very best. It's over on Facebook. I think Squishy shared it. I think I'll try to get it and put it up. Jesus Christ.
Put it on the Twitters. Put it on the Twitters.
Yeah, put it on the Twitter so you guys can see. Oh my God, she was trying hard, like really hard to crawl.
Actually, if you can screen share it, I'll post it on here too.
Gotcha.
Well, that's good. I like to see Squeetus rolling around. As for myself, it was a thankfully relatively quiet Friday. Nothing crazy happened. Just kind of did my bit and came home. So, yeah, big excitement. Before the stream, thank you, Point Curation, for $1.52. Yes, friends, $1.52 is the magic number today. I will get into why that is shortly. But just remember, just imagine what you would do with $1.52. With that, Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies, video games. Hit that like button if you have not already. And per usual, many of you haven't. I guess you're waiting to see if you actually like us or not. Do you like us? Do you really like us? And please share our stuff. We all have stuff to share, whether it's scripted or live streamed or let's played or
a combination.
A combination thereof. Same goes for any other content creator you happen to like, because as we have been shown time and time and time again, YouTube ain't doing it for us. So if you like something, let people know, tweet it, share it, post a link on the message board in your college dorm. I don't know. Whatever the kids are doing these days.
That's right.
MySpace, Napster, that kind of thing.
Write it on your balls.
Okay, well, with that, anything else before we want to get into the news, guys?
Nah.
No, we're gonna end that on ball writing.
Okay, well, moving on from that. Speaking of, now there's no segue here. Trump replaces Mick Mulvaney with Mark Meadows as chief of staff. President Donald Trump announced Friday night that acting White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney would be replaced by Republican Representative Mark Meadows of North Carolina. Quote, I am pleased to announce that Congressman Mark Meadows will become White House Chief of Staff. I have known and worked with Mark, and the relationship is a very good one, Trump tweeted Friday. Trump, who did not immediately offer an explanation for the swap, thanked Mulvaney, who he said would become special envoy for Northern Ireland. Okay. Now, I don't know if there's a joke in there about sending a guy named Mick to Ireland, but I can't help but wonder. It is a little bit, isn't it? I want to thank Acting Chief Mick Mulvaney for having served the administration so well. He'll become the United States Special Envoy to Northern Ireland, Trump added, quote unquote, thank you. This is a breaking story and will be updated. Okay. That was breaking news before we started the stream, so I just thought I'd share.
So from a high-stress job to phoning it in?
Well, I mean, if he was envoy to Northern Ireland in like the 80s or the 70s, yeah, that'd be a shitty job. But Northern Ireland these days, so far as I know, is much more sedate than it used to be. Let's see. Yeah. So anyway, that was the breaking news. I don't know if we want to speculate on the whys, wherefores, or if we even care, but there you go.
No fucks. Unless, like, are there any current controversies going on with either party right now? I mean, obviously Trump's.
Well, he was one of the guys who they kept wanting to call for the impeachment as a witness because he was supposedly one of the people on the inside of the whole thing of Ukraine and such. But I would have to stretch my imagination without more information to wonder if this has anything to do with that or if something else happened. I don't know.
Well, he was only the acting chief of staff, too. He was
Yeah.
only filling in, so.
All right. Well, that out of the way. Let's talk coronavirus.
And
Everybody else is. New CDC guidance says older adults should, quote, stay at home as much as possible due to coronavirus. Well, Monkey, you're already there.
That's what I do.
Yep. Amid a coronavirus outbreak in the United States, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is encouraging older people and people with severe chronic medical conditions to, quote, stay at home as much as possible, unquote. The advice is on a CDC website that was posted Thursday, according to a CDC spokeswoman. Early data suggests older people are twice as likely to have serious illness from novel coronavirus, according to the CDC. A Trump administration official tells CNN that the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, quote, is in the process of doing targeted outreach to the elderly community and those that have serious underlying health conditions, unquote. The CDC guidance comes as two top infectious disease experts with ties to the federal government, that's a long title, have advised people over 60 and those with underlying health problems to strongly consider avoiding activities that involve large crowds, such as traveling by airplane, going to movie theaters or concerts, attending family events, shopping at crowded malls, and going to religious services. Dr. William Schaffner, a Vanderbilt University professor and longtime advisor to the CDC, said these two groups should strongly consider avoiding activities that involve large crowds, such as... You just said that. That was literally the sentence you put before this sentence.
yeah, but this time you directly acknowledged it.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, basically, okay, imagine this, guys. Imagine writing like half a page of text and then copying and pasting that same page of text right below that first half page of text and just changing a couple of words here and there and turning it in for payment. That's what this is, more or less. That's great.
And you are not doing this. Why?
Who, me? Like as a career?
Yeah.
I don't know, because A, I have integrity, and that precludes me from getting hired at CNN.
What's that mean? Integrity? What's that?
I actually,
you're going to die poor.
Yeah, truth be told, I don't know what it means these days, because with definitions being changed every 5 seconds, integrity might be a kind of potato chip, for all I know. Yeah, so guys, if you're really old or if you already have health problems, yeah,
Keep
it's
your
probably,
old ass at home.
yeah, it's better just to sort of stay at home and be lazy.
That's right.
It's not lazy, it's safe.
Safe, that's right, safe. Ever see the movie Safe?
No.
Juliet, what's her name? The redhead. Oh, God, she played Clarice Starling in the Hannibal movie, and all of a sudden I forget her name. Anyway, it's a very odd film. It's about a woman who slowly becomes like a hypochondriac, sort of, and believes that she is allergic progressively to everything in life. It's a very weird psychological movie. It's very, very interesting. I forget why I watched it in high school, but we were made to watch it in high school for some reason.
Health class.
Was it health class? I forget what it was. Anyway, que sera. So anything else to say about coronavirus other than it's canceling everything like South by Southwest and It's like there are universities that are only going to do online courses now for the rest of the year or something because of the rest of the winter session because of it.
Nothing that I can think of other than I'm glad that it's going to help cut down on global warming.
Yeah. Well, we had a meeting the other day at my work, and my boss is like, so if it comes down to it, fortunately, we're all in a position to be able to work from home. So if I tell you guys to work at home for a while, you're going to work at home for a while. I'm like, okay, fine by me.
I'm voting for Corona this year.
Well, it's funny you should bring that up, Satsu, because that's a kind of segue to the next story. This says Biden still has a lot of problems as a candidate.
No shit.
Well, this is coming from CNN.
Still, no shit.
Now this is not coming from our friend Chris Eliza, but someone named Julian Zelizer, Zelizer. Who is this guy? CNN political analyst, is a professor of history and public affairs at Princeton University and author of the forthcoming book, Burning Down the My Phone is Ringing. That's my father. I'll be back in a moment or three. Sorry, guys.
Did he say political analyst?
He might have. I wasn't picking up on that.
Well, what's with all the C? Oh, God, type in C for Corona, Chan. Oh, what is wrong with our chat?
They're good people. They're good people.
They're good and weird.
I'm not at all familiar with the story he was about to talk about, so I'm at a loss here, guys. We can go back to talking about writing on your balls.
How you guys doing tonight? Are you guys doing all right?
You ever write on your balls?
Have you ever written on your balls?
You ever written on somebody else's balls? Did they know?
Did they know you wrote on their balls?
All right. So my dad was like, hey, are you going to hunker down home now? Are you going to get sick or something? I'm like, I don't plan on it. He's like, well, you know, I'm old, right? I'm like, yeah. So's mom. So what? He's like, well, you know, I just want to let you know we're prepared. I was like, what? Prepared for what? Well, I got all my water. You know, I got a bunch of soup. Like, okay. I wasn't. It's like I wasn't worried. I mean, I told him. I said, I mean, abstractly, I guess I'm more concerned for you and mom than I am for anybody else, given your age. You know, my dad's got a history of heart problems. My mother's got asthma for her entire life. So, you know, between the two of them, yeah, they're probably more susceptible than most. But I wasn't like freaking out. He's just like, well, I just want to let you know. Like, okay. I wasn't worried. He's like, yeah, I know. You never called us. I'm like, oh.
You're in trouble.
I don't. Well, like, what's this supposed to do? Like, it's like, hey, Dad, I'm so paranoid for you. Do you have soup? Like, what am I supposed to say?
Hey, Dad, dead yet?
It's like, should have sent him a pallet of soup from Amazon.
Oh, yeah. And it would have been direct from China with probably the virus all over it. So, anyway, yeah, that was an interesting conversation. And I was like, yeah, well, I just started the show, Dad. And he's like, oh, I just wanted to call and harass you. Like, okay, Dad, thanks. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, my family, a very odd sense of humor between us. Very morbid, sort of sardonic. It's all my dad's fault, really. Thank you. This is Kyle. Hello, chat people and Lawton.
Lawton.
I don't know if Lawton works. I said that just then. I think it was the first time I ever said that. Lawton. I don't think Lawton works. Lotn.
Lawton.
Lawton or Lotn? What do you think?
Lawton.
Lawton?
Lawton works for me.
All right, Lawton. Anyway, so Biden. Problems. Can you imagine?
Nope.
Former Vice President Joe Biden had an incredible week. And it is almost without credibility, isn't it? After a strong victory in South Carolina on Saturday and the consolidation of former opponents behind his campaign, Biden performed far better than anyone expected on Super Tuesday. In states like Virginia, he generated the kind of turnout that Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders supporters keep promising. In Texas, he upset the pundit establishment by pulling off a dramatic victory against Sanders and Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren. As if all of that were not enough, former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg announced he was stopping his campaign and endorsed the former vice president. On Thursday, Warren suspended her campaign, taking away the final mainstream alternative for Democrats who don't like Sanders. Well, that didn't really take away. It was more like the rules they changed for the next debate, making Tulsi ineligible.
Well,
I don't
she wasn't the
understand how
main
they could
candidate.
just change the rules on the fly like that.
They can do whatever they want. They're the DNC.
I know, but it's so blatant.
Yeah.
But, whatever.
As the comedian Larry David would say on Curb Your Enthusiasm, things are looking, quote, pretty good, unquote, for the former vice president. Is that a catchphrase?
I'm guessing so. I've seen it in a commercial about catchphrases, so I'm guessing.
No.
I'm not a Curb Your Enthusiasm fan, so.
Larry David's all right some places. I saw an interview with him, or it's not a new interview, but he was being interviewed by, God, what's his name? Shit, I'm so terrible with names today for some reason. Anyway, he's being interviewed about his time at Saturday Night Live, and he had a really funny story.
Well, I don't hate it. It's just one that I was like, I'll watch something else.
Yeah. Thank you, Ginger Snap. 99 cents. I can buy that cheeseburger. Thank you so much. And a unicorn. A rainbow unicorn. Is that Rainbow Bright's pony? What was the name of Rainbow Bright's pony?
Why would I know that?
Well, I mean, you have children.
None of them played with Rainbow Bright.
Okay, well, I don't know. I don't know if they rebooted Rainbow Bright a few years ago or something. I assume they had to have. They did everything else. Anyway, I'm sure somebody in the chat will now say, "Oh, Rainbow Bright's pony's name was blah." Starlight says Ginger Snap. I do remember Murky Dismal. I remember the bad guy's name was Murky Dismal, or something like that. That's all I remember of Rainbow Bright. I mean, that's not all I remember, but that's bits and pieces. Biden's success does not dispel the concerns that have existed about his candidacy from the day he formally announced. While the desperation that Democrats feel to find a low-risk candidate who could defeat President Trump seems to have had an impact on the primaries and caucuses, the problems with Biden as a candidate remain strong. He will need to grow and nurture a robust coalition, making sure that large numbers come out to vote. You're kidding. You need to have more people come out to vote for you than the other guy? Okay. Despite a checkered record during his time as a public servant on issues such as school busing, Iraq, crime, and Anita Hill.
He brought up school busing, really?
He brought up school busing, which is, how long ago was that now?
70s, I want to say.
And wasn't the whole attack on him
First
completely
debate.
fell? Yeah, it was Kamala Harris and didn't fall completely flat just after thinking about it for 5 seconds?
Well, you gave her a little bit of a boost, and then everybody's like, "Wait, what?
Yeah,
Busing? Really?"
The wear and tear someone his age may feel has often been evident on the debate stage and on the campaign trail. Well, yeah, that's true. Let's see. He has always
He didn't have a heart attack
yet. He has always stumbled in his impromptu speeches. Stumbled. Okay. What?
Sorry.
Oh.
I was muted because I was getting ready to eat, but as soon as you read that line, he has always stumbled, I almost fucking choked. Stumbled? That's what okay. Stumbled.
Yeah.
Cool.
When your gain came on, I was like, what the fuck was that? Thank you, the broken baller. D's about diversity till they don't do groupthink. Democrats about
diversity.
Yeah. Well, they say they are, and then they winnow everything down to the same old bullshit. Let's see. What can Biden do to make himself a stronger candidate as he attempts to secure the nomination? I don't know. I'm going to abandon this article because this guy's not telling me anything I already know. Satsu, what could Biden conceive? Oh, wait, you're probably eating now, aren't you?
No, I'm here.
Okay. Realistically speaking, or humorously speaking, what could Biden do to make himself a stronger candidate? Well, let's say Bernie disappears. Let's say Bernie disappears, and it's all he's got from now until whenever the debates are in August or September or something. What could he do to dissuade doubts about him?
I mean, I don't know, because the only reason that he's even relevant or being talked about or considered by anybody who's even remotely sane is because he's not Bernie. So, like, as long as Bernie is on the other side of the equation, there are people who are going to vote for him no matter what. It don't matter what the fuck he do. He can walk up on stage with a bomb wrapped around him with his finger hovering over the trigger, and they'd still be like, well, he's still not Bernie. So I don't know. I don't think it matters, really. I really don't think it matters. If he croaks on stage, they'll get a puppet master to fucking I don't think there's anything that he can do that'll make the people who are gunning to vote for him not vote for him. So, I mean, and that's just me being like, I know it sounds a little hyperbolic. That's me being honest and true. Like, I really don't think there's anything he could do.
Monkey.
The only thing that would really help him is if he could find a way to stop making gaffes, which I don't think he can do. Because otherwise, Biden has a long enough record that it's not like he's going to, he's not in office anymore, so it's not like he's going to propose some new law or anything. He doesn't have a strong platform, and I feel like if he got one, it's just going to be, especially compared to Bernie's milquetoast, and it's not going to be exciting in any way. Except, if he came out with a platform, okay, this is what I stand for, it'd be like, who cares, Joe? So the only thing I think he can do is stop fucking up. And I think that would help him a lot. I don't think he'd win, but I think it would help him.
Well, the thing that Biden has been like, I don't know, just listening to him in the debates and everything, his biggest argument seems to be like, you remember Obama? I'm going to be Obama 2.0.
No. I have to correct you there, because all throughout the Obama administration, Obama had Biden do all that stuff. So,
oh, you're right. It was actually the Biden administration. Thank you, Sanguine. Are we talking to up Democrat votes or everyone else?
I think you were talking general election, right?
No, I'm just talking about like making, as far as like a regular candidate, like what would it to improve his candidacy? I don't.
You mean within the primary or within the general election?
The general election, like I said, pretend Bernie's gone, pretend he's got the nomination, whatever else. What can he do, etc. Are we talking up to Democrat votes or everyone else? I meant everyone in general. This is just as a candidate, because to score some Democrat votes, he could convert to Islam, find out he is 2 times as native as Warren, and become trans. If the rest, he fecked it. Okay. Thank you, Sanguine. Terry DeMontes, thank you. Will Biden and his running mate campaign as Butch Cassidy and the sundowning kid? Okay, well,
yeah. I didn't know you specifically meant against Trump.
Well, no, just as a better candidate. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I said, if we just ignore the Bernie thing, if we can assume and I don't think it's that far to assume that sooner or later Bernie is going to become irrelevant. What can he do to try to win people over more so than he already has? Because he's just in the bubble of the Democratic Party right now. And the DNC, of course, they're going to go with him because he's the only choice. But for the wider electorate, for one thing, he has to be able to perform on stage without sounding like he's losing his mind. And for whatever reason, because they're in the tank for the Democrats, it seems like, the media has not been highlighting the fact that he seems to have lost control of his faculties. Not just he makes a stumble here or there, misspeaks or whatever, that he's literally like can't remember things, doesn't know where he is pumping out anecdotes from a million years ago that make no sense to anything.
Some which aren't even true.
Some which aren't even true, like being arrested in South Africa, going to see Mandela.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, when this next debate on the 15th, he's going to have no cover. I mean, if Bernie can stay coherent, and I have no doubt that he can, because even if you don't believe what Bernie says half the time, he hasn't been stumbling around and forgetting his lines.
Right.
Whereas Biden, I don't know, this debate, I'm wondering if this debate, if it goes so badly for Biden and there's no hiding from it, does that put a whole bunch of doubt before we even get to the convention?
I don't know. This might sound crazy, but I think if Biden beats Bernie and it's Biden v. Trump,
yeah,
I think his best bet is to go after trying to capture Trump voters, like appealing to Trump voters, because the people have already established on that side that they're going to vote for Biden no matter what. They're going to vote for anything. If it's a slab of meat with googly eyes on it, they're going to vote for it as long as it's not Trump. So I think his best bet would be appealing to Trump supporters.
Yeah, but Trump supporters aren't going to buy it.
Some might. It depends on what he offers.
Yes, I suppose. But thank you, Daryl Parnas. Is Biden the new Stockdale? You mean, who am I? Why am I here? No, Admiral Stockdale, he wasn't losing his mind. He was just not a politician and was not at all polished for anything. He was just an old guy that Ross Perot really liked, as far as I can tell.
There's some debate on that, whether or not he was actually losing it. I honestly don't know.
I don't think so. I just don't think he was. I think the supposed part of his appeal was he wasn't a polished politician, and he was just sort of a respectable guy, relatively speaking. But he didn't have a rap. He didn't have a stump speech or anything. He just came out there, had one of the most memorable opening lines of any vice presidential candidate in history. Because the self-deprecation really ingratiated people real quick, but then he started talking about other things and went off the ranch. So, I wasn't even into politics back then, but I remember watching that. I remember watching that live. God, how old was I back then? Jeez, what was that, 88? No, it wasn't 88. That was
the 92 election.
92, that's what it was. Yeah, Jesus. Anyway, anything else on that, or shall we move on to the $1.52 magic?
We can move on.
All right. So here's the meat, so to speak, of the title of today's stream. Brian Williams and an MSNBC guest did some very bad math on the Bloomberg campaign. Did you guys see this video?
I did, yeah. I spoke about it in length this morning.
This hurt. I saw it at work, and I was like, it took me a second because it was like, it's one of those things it's so stupid. My brain caught on itself trying to figure out if I'd actually just heard what I'd heard. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is this real? And for those of you that don't know, we have a birthday, apparently. I don't know whose it is.
Who birthday?
I don't know. Because Mashisu says, we have a birthday today. And it doesn't tell me who. Oh, Cal Kennel.
It's your birthday. And around here we do this. This one's for you. And a 1 and a 2.
Happy birthday
to you.
To you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
To you.
I got pizza.
Happy
birthday, dear Cal Kennel.
I hope you had a good one.
Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday. And sorry about that second part there where a yawn started. Riza went to sing. I'm like, shit. But happy birthday. I hope you had a great one. I really do.
That's how excited Monkey was for your birthday.
No, that's how tired Monkey is for his whole day.
Cable news networks get criticized a lot for their political coverage these days, but it's rare that they are mocked because of a math problem. I don't know. Was the math problem?
They should watch me more.
There you go. On MSNBC's 11th Hour with Brian Williams on Thursday night, guest Mara Gay, a member of the New York Times editorial board, brought up a tweet with a glaring mathematical miscalculation while discussing former New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg's decision to drop out of the Democratic primary. Quote, Bloomberg spent $500 million on ads. The U.S. population is 327 million. He could have given each American $1 million and still have money left over. I feel like a $1 million check would be life-changing for most people, yet he wasted it all on ads and still lost, unquote. Writer Makita Rivas tweeted on Super Tuesday. Rivas has since made her Twitter account private.
Yes, she did.
All right, guys, so let's think about that for a minute. Yeah, well, obviously it's wrong, but what is $500 million distributed amongst 327 million people? Well, it's approximately $1.52.
Yeah, in order to have given every American $1 million, he would have had to have spent $327 trillion.
Yes, which he doesn't have, actually.
No.
Now, it's bad enough, I suppose, that this person who I've never heard of before tweeted that out when I believe she's a blue check mark of something.
Yeah, I want to say she writes for the Times.
And then there's the two people sitting in the studio reading and or relaying this information and not batting an eyelash at it.
And it's even more than that, because you have producers involved, you have techs who put it up on the screen, a whole host of adults who saw this, and not one of them went, wait a second.
So that's going to be my deep topic for today, for the chat and everybody else. What would you do with $1.52? It's going to be a very short segment. Let's see. But yeah, there's not much more to the story than that. I do give credit to the lady. I believe it was the lady who was on the show who says, I need to go buy a calculator. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's actually my fucketry for tonight, because her saying that, funny.
Yeah.
The comments, oh dear God.
Okay, well, go ahead. Since it's related, go ahead.
Yeah. You might think I'm thinking about the people who are being shitty to her. No, I'm talking about the ones who sucked up to her. The level, she screwed up. She made a little joke about it and just laugh along with her and said, don't let them get you down. They're just trying to bring you down because you know the truth.
Oh God, I didn't see those. Oh no.
I was like, what in the fuck are you talking about? She specifically used this point to highlight how horrible it is that there's money in politics. You could have done that without repeating a moron.
Yeah,
you really could have. Just said that he spent $500 million. That's a lot of money that could have gone to a charity. How about that? Your inability to subtract 327 from 500, notwithstanding.
Mm-hmm.
She made a cute little joke about it. There's not much else you can do when you've made that big of a fool of yourself. And these people just suck up as though she's being somehow targeted. The establishment's out to get her, you guys.
You see, she's giving in. She's giving into the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
She should have stood up for herself and her stupid mistake, I guess. I don't know.
She said something really stupid, and she did the only thing you can do in that situation.
Well, she did the correct thing. You know, she acknowledged it. She made fun of herself for it, and you move on with your life.
Yep.
If you start attacking people over the fact that you made a mistake, well, we've seen that. We see where that goes too. And I gave her credit. I tweeted about, I retweeted her. I said, you know, that's a good sport. Yeah, it's like, okay, you screwed up. All right, it's gonna go down in internet history for a while, and you know, you roll with the punch. Yeah, you're done. But the white knighting all over the place. Jesus.
Oh, there's some serious white knighting in that thread. It's so bad. I do think that this does show a problem with the media itself, because of course it does.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that they didn't question this because they wanted to believe it.
Right.
This fit the narrative they were trying to weave at that moment. And that is a problem. That is a problem for me bigger than money in politics. I got to be honest. Because a lot of people tune in the media to find out what's going on. And you watch shit like this, you're not going to know.
All right.
I'll get to that at fucketry. Okay, never mind. It's more related, but we'll do it later.
Oh my God.
What?
You all right?
Well, somebody was given their concerns about Biden just it wasn't like there wasn't shit talking him or whatever. But I'm just kind of concerned about Biden and what's going on with him. Hopefully he can make it through this whole, thing, because it just doesn't seem like he's all there. And somebody says he literally just needs to stay alive. That's it. That's how low the bar is.
Yeah. Does he have a pulse? Great.
Yeah. They're like, he as long as he's like alive, we don't care. We honestly do not give a fuck.
What was that? The soft bigotry of low expectations. Ageist. Well, unless we got something else, I'll move on to MSS News.
Nope. That's all I had today.
Okay. So, guys, if you have news stories you'd like us to read on the air, please send them to us via Twitter using the hashtag MSS News. Can't promise we'll get to them all, but that's because Frosted Glass. Well, what title do we want to give Frosted again?
He's the chief corner correspondent.
The chief what?
Corner. Corner?
Yes.
Like on the wire with the corners?
Like go sit in the corner, Frosted.
Oh.
Yes.
I don't know if okay.
He specifically requested that. And I agreed it was a good one. But you can change it if you prefer.
I was about to say you don't get to choose your own title.
You can.
Unless you're a Lord of the Night. Frosted's one of our correspondents. But okay, I'll Chief Corner Correspondent. It's not
go sit in the corner.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. Yes, white supremacists represent all segments of society.
I'm sorry, what?
This is from Dr. Elwood Watson.
Mm-hmm. Doctor.
I wonder if that's a real name. I don't know.
Are
But
there
anyway,
a bunch of them in the Black Panthers?
What's that? A white supremacist? Well, you saw the Dave Chappelle skit.
Well, that was in the Klan, though.
Well, it's reversed as well.
He said it's in all society.
Yeah.
So by that token, somebody that's in the Black Panthers has to be a white supremacist.
Yeah, it's in all facets. In Africa, in Asia, it's everywhere.
Many segments of social media were whipped into a frenzy in 2017 when the New York Times published a controversial profile of Tony Hovatter,
Who?
entitled "A Voice of Hate in America's Heartland." Tony Hovater. I have no idea who that is. That's because the young millennial family man from the Heartland is a self-avowed white nationalist and neo-Nazi. Wow, and he's got so much traction. I've never heard of him before. The newspaper of record wrote the following about the far right-wing extremist from New Carlisle, Ohio. Quote, on Facebook, Mr. Hovatter posted a picture purporting to show what life would have looked like if Germany had won World War II. A streetscape full of happy white people, a bustling American-style diner, and swastikas everywhere. Was that like a photograph from Wolfenstein, The New Colossus?
I'm unfamiliar with whatever the hell he's talking about.
Well, I'm just thinking, I'm trying to think, like, where would he find a photo of that? And I'm just thinking, like, that was a level in The New Colossus where you go to, like, because it's an alternate history thing, where the Nazis won World War II with super technology, of course, because it's Wolfenstein. And there's like this 50s sort of like town, and their Klan members walking around with Nazi soldiers and swastikas all over America, 50s diner kind of thing. Okay, quote, his fascist ideal, he said, would resemble the early days in the United States when power was reserved for landowners. Okay, now, can we all agree that that way of thinking is a minority outlook in this country?
Probably, but does that guy know that there were black landowners?
Yeah, I don't know. Thank you, Sanguine. Wait, so who is the white supremacist speaker for the Black Caucus? Also, I now really want to meet the white supremacist tribal elders and whatnot on the reservations. Yeah, all aspects of society, guys. Many readers of the widely recognized vanguard of journalism, including me, says the author, were surprised and in some instances outraged by the New York Times portrayal of Hovatter as just another regular American among an increasingly accepted movement of white nationalists. Or maybe they were just reporting him as he was and not making any judgments and leaving it up to the reader, maybe. I don't know. Thank you, Cody Fry. White knighting, that's racist. Black knights are underrepresented in the knighting community, and they're always portrayed as the villain. That's racist. Hashtag Black Knights Matter. Hashtag not all knights. Well, Cody, you'll be happy to know that the character, the Black Knight, will be in the next Marvel movie, The Eternals. Although I don't think he's played by a black man.
What? Martin Lawrence?
No. No, the Black Knight is a Marvel character.
It's Martin Lawrence.
Thank you.
Martin Lawrence is not playing the Black Knight in the Marvel movie.
Martin
Yeah, he
Lawrence
played
is
the
the
Black
Black Knight.
Okay, you guys got to speak it one at a time. I don't know what you just said.
We said the same thing.
I don't know what you mean.
You know what? Continue.
This is one instance where I don't know what you're referring to. I know who Martin Lawrence is. Was there a show or a movie called The Black Knight?
There's a movie called The Black Knight.
Okay, I never saw it.
I didn't think there was a movie that existed that you didn't see.
No shit.
Well, I do. There's a lot of movies I haven't seen. Remember Running Scared? I hadn't seen that.
I don't know.
Well, that's a much older movie than you. Where this is in your contemporary wheelhouse, son. How'd you miss it? It was a good movie too. It was stupid, but it was good.
Well, I don't see every stupid movie.
You should watch it.
Oh my god. Let's see.
You saved us 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Well, anyway, moving on. Anyway, yeah. So, guys, just remember, white nationalism is pervasive in every part of our society.
That's right.
Just so you know. If you didn't already know, well, now you do because this person told you so. This one comes from Desert Tramp. Everybody's getting mad. The movie was Black Knight. Okay, I believe you. I think I kind of remember it now, vaguely. But, you know, Martin Lawrence movies. I saw the one, what was it, with Tim Robbins, where he, like, tries to rob the guy and then they go on, like, a crime spree together.
Oh, fuck. I don't remember the name of that one. I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, it was like, it was something like Nothing But Trouble or something like that, I think. But anyway. General Mills is coming out with a $13 box of cereal.
Mm-hmm.
Is it sprinkled with gold flake or something?
It's Truffalos.
The cereal manufacturer has created a line aimed at more health-conscious consumers, i.e. people with disposable incomes, that the company expects to accept the higher price point. The brand is called Morning Summit. It lists almonds as its first ingredient. Okay. The new brand comes at a time when cereal is becoming less popular. So let's charge everybody an arm and a leg for it. A 2019 report by research group Mintel found that the decline of cereal consumption continues in the United States, with the category hitting a 5-year sales low last year. It might seem odd to launch a cereal that costs twice as much as other brands, but one marketing expert says it could work. Does that marketing expert happen to want a contract with General Mills by any chance? Quote, I laughed when I read General Mills was coming out with a $13 cereal, but I also laughed when I heard that Starbucks was going to charge $5 for a coffee, and it worked very well for Starbucks, advertising executive Mark DeMassimo says. Yeah, but you're not going to a cereal cafe. You don't get to have like
a new thing.
A cereal. Okay. What would you call such a place?
Get a life.
Oh,
Cereal is soup.
Cereal is soup. Thank you, tall person. Can't stay because I have to get up for an opening shift after doing a closing shift tonight. But to answer the titular question, give to a YouTuber I like. Hey, there you go. What would you do with a $1.52? Morning Summit sounds like morning sex. Okay, it could be like a variant on Morning Wood. It's like, I've pitched a mountain for you, my dear. Now climb that summit, or something. But anyway, tall person, have a good shift. Well, get some sleep and have a good shift tomorrow. Hopefully, go fast. Dark Allow says, Scribe Light, they're called cereal bars. Oh. Are they really? Are they really? I wouldn't be surprised. Have you heard of water bars?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, or I think there were like oxygen bars in Japan or something. You go in there and have little masks you put on and like breathe pure oxygen for a couple minutes or something, and it's supposed to do something for you, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, $13 cereal. I don't even, well, truth be told, I don't really eat cereal, so it doesn't really affect me. I'm trying to think, when was the last time I had cereal?
I had some yesterday.
Yeah,
I eat cereal.
it must be years now. Anyway, let's see, who's next? This one comes from Jim Healis. Super Macho Man Jim Healis, who's like getting all ripped and stuff at the gym lately. Also, comic book artist. I interviewed him for Familiar with the Matter.
Congratulations, Scribe.
I'm just plugging my own stuff because why not? And the link I click says it's forbidden. I get a blank page that says forbidden, so I guess I'm not allowed to read it. I'll read the blurb. Kaysville police to public. Don't steal our toilet paper.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it has something to do with the coronavirus or people having like a rush on toilet paper. I'm not sure. Midnight in Exile, does Jim Healis have a Twitter? He does. It's at Jim Healis, all one word. JimHealis. There you go. And his comic book is Blue Mamba. And I think issue number 2 is currently in process. Who's next here? Is that an article? That's just a bunch of hashtags. So there's no article there, but okay. That's not an article, that's a video. That's Frosted Glass again. Here we go. This one comes from senior staff reporter and chief Florida correspondent, Colleen Byrne. Yay. Wouldn't it be great if everybody had a yay at the end of their name?
I suppose.
That every time.
Byrne, yay. Like just saying yay all the time. That'd be great. Make the world a happier place. Drunk teen accused of throwing tampon at deputy at Florida restaurant.
Accused of?
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing. It's like it's alleged that she threw a tampon at a cop. Collier County, Florida. An 18-year-old woman who was drunk and belligerent threw a tampon at a deputy after he refused to hold it for her, according to the Collier County Sheriff's Office. Deputies said they were called to Beach Box Cafe Monday night because 2 young women were drunk and refused to leave the area. A manager who called 911 said she saw 18-year-old Olivia Peacock, I don't know how to say it, and her friends stumbling around a nearby parking lot, so she asked them if they needed help and offered to arrange a ride for them. The Beach Box Cafe employee bent down to pick up some money that the women had dropped at that point. And at that point, Peacock slapped her in the face, according to the report.
Damn.
Deputies said there was a big crowd at the restaurant when they arrived, and both women were drunk with bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and alcohol on their breath. A deputy asked Peacock for her ID, so Peacock began digging through her purse and pulled out a wrapped tampon and asked the deputy to hold it, but he ignored her, so she threw it and hit him with it. Authorities said they asked Peacock not to throw things and calm down, but she continued to be belligerent and uncooperative by flailing her arms and refusing to show her ID. Eventually, after Peacock was handcuffed, deputies found 2 fake IDs with birth dates listed in 1998, along with her real one, which had a birth date of 2001, according to the affidavit. Peacock of Michigan was not charged in connection with the fake IDs because deputies said they didn't see her use them, records show.
Fair enough.
Okay. There you go.
But you don't have them no more.
Let's see. This one comes from Peter Stewart. As I take my sip of my Dr. Pepper. Hachette cancels Woody Allen memoir following staff walkout.
Oh.
Woody Allen's publisher has decided to cancel the planned release of his memoir, Apropos of Nothing. The announcement Friday by Hachette Book Group followed days of criticism focused on allegations that Allen sexually abused his daughter, Dylan Farrow. On Thursday, dozens of Hachette employees staged a walkout. Quote, the decision to cancel Mr. Allen's book was a difficult one. At HBG, we take our relationships with authors very seriously and do not cancel books lightly, the publisher announced. You canceled it on the basis of allegations.
Okay. And a walkout.
And a walkout by, presumptuous little pissants at your company. Quote, we have published and will continue to publish many challenging books. Do you think people are going to come to you if they have any controversy in their past that they think that your staff is going to take exception to?
People still will because they want to be published.
There are other book groups out there. As publishers, we make sure every day in our work that different voices and conflicting points of view can be heard, unquote. Really? Could have fooled me. Allen's book was scheduled to come out next month. Allen has denied any wrongdoing and was never charged after 2 separate investigations in the 1990s, but the allegations have received new attention in the Me Too era. Allen's agreement with Hachette meant that he briefly shared a publisher with one of his biggest detractors, his son Ronan Farrow, whose Catch and Kill was released last year by the Hachette division Little, Brown and Company. Catch and Kill was an expose of sexual abusers and the powerful people who cover up for them. Yeah. Let's see. Ronan Farrow followed up a day later, calling Hachette's decision, quote, wildly unprofessional. Both he and his sister complained that the publisher had not reached out to fact-check their father's book, unquote. Well, they don't need to fact-check. The allegation is the evidence, guys. So,
Well, in the publisher hasn't decided that that's what it is. They just did it because of the walkout, right?
Well, they don't explicitly say their reasons why. They just give a very sort of generalized statement. It was a difficult decision, and we don't cancel books lightly. They didn't say it was the walkout, but presumably that helped make their decision. I don't know. It's like, you're here to publish books, because I saw Stephen King tweeted about this. He said something to the effect of, like, I don't care about Woody Allen, but I do care about the fact that people are being deplatformed, and who's next. So... moving on. This one comes from Shrouded Angel. Sarah Plyer says, falling asleep. See you guys tomorrow. Bye, Sarah. Get good sleep.
Bye, Sarah.
Good sleepy. Drunk woman forcibly held friend's son, 7, under pool water, shouting, he is evil.
Wow.
A drunken woman who held her friend's young son underwater in his paddling pool, screaming, he is evil, was jailed for 2 years today. The 7-year-old's head was forcibly held under the water for 20 seconds as Donna Curley repeatedly struck him. Today, a court heard that on seeing what was happening to her son, the boy's mother plunged into the paddling pool in her back garden to wrestle with Curley and free the boy. As the mother pulled her son's head above the water, she could see his lips had turned blue. Curley, 42, who at the time had been drinking heavily, then screamed, quote, I need to finish it. He's evil, unquote. Now, here's the thing. What if she was right?
Yeah.
What if she
can't do that to a kid?
What if she had a vision? This is going to be like the next Hitler or something. I know. I'm just saying,
Well, why was a very intoxicated lady in a pool with your son?
I'm just thinking if this is like a Twilight Zone episode or something like that, where it's like someone has a vision, they know for a fact that this little kid's going to become evil, and then you act on it, kind of thing.
Well, they didn't list the kid's name, did they?
No, they no names or anything for the mother of the kid.
All right. I was about to say, just keep an eye on him.
Let's see. Let's see. Okay, the 2 women, the mother and the lady, had met at a women's refuge and had become friends. Curley has become dependent on alcohol over the years, and that day had been drinking heavily. In the afternoon, the mother decided to take advantage of the fact for the first time she had a back garden and got out a paddling pool and filled it with water. and this is the UK talking, so paddling pool, I'm assuming, is like a kiddie pool.
Yeah.
In fact, the court heard the two women joined the boy in the water as they all played together. A barbecue was planned for later in the evening. Kevin West, prosecuting, said the mother got out to go into the kitchen, and it was there she suddenly heard shouting and screams. She looked out the window to see her friend hitting her son over the head and then holding him under the water. Mr. West said the defendant was pinning the boy under the water using her legs and body and holding his head under with a hand. The mother dashed from the house and plunged into the water to grapple with Curly as she freed her son. Or maybe it's not a kiddie pool. Maybe it's like one of those above ground deals. Because it sounds like it was more than just like a wading pool kind of thing. Yeah. Okay.
You think it said something like, "I'm glad your husband beat you,"
or the kid looks at her and starts speaking backwards in Latin, like thank you, Sanguine. The mother showed remarkable restraint. That woman would have never left alive if I had been in the mother's position. Yeah. I mean, first concern is get the kid the fuck out of the water. But after that, yeah, as long as if the kid was okay, but
yeah, that kid was like, I don't think Trump is really that bad.
Oh my God, he's literally Hitler.
He says, "Hey, you want to make America great again?" No. Let's see. I'm gonna stop there, guys, because I need at least a minute or two to take a talking break. So thank you guys so much for all the stories. Appreciate it. And remember, if you send in a story, be sure to tag it also with MITAM on the off chance that Monkey might read it on Monkey in the Morning on the following day. So there you go. F for my PC, says Sinatra. He's been having computer problems all day. So did it die, Sinatra? If it did, I'm sorry. That sucks. Start a GoFundMe. I'll pimp it. like a mortal computer. Finish it.
Finish it.
Pour water on it. It just straight up died. Damn, dude. Shit.
Probably your power supply.
Yeah. I bet you got some techie friends nearby. Maybe. I don't know.
That's fucked up because he is my techie friend. So.
Right.
How
do you know it's not? You have another power supply?
Yeah. Did you plug
So
in
if it's
another
not
one?
that, then yeah, you're probably fucked. It's like your motherboard probably went out.
Okay. Well, yeah, if you start a GoFundMe or something, let me know. But guys, we're gonna move on to YouTube time. So Satsu, what have you been up to?
Nothing.
You're not helpful at all. Thank you. Monkey, what have you been up to?
I did a Monkey in the Morning. And shit, I don't remember what all we talked about, but it was me and Jack and Hammer last night. It was a lot of fun. It was fun. I remember that. I haven't had a lot of sleep lately, so things are running together. So I couldn't tell you what it was, but you should go watch it.
See, it's a mystery even to the host guys.
Indeed.
All right. Well, on to the world of fucketry. Did I have much of anything today? Well, just a couple of things. Just commenting sort of on some of these stories about Elizabeth Warren and people losing their shit, or us being told people are losing their shit over her dropping out. And the New York Times had a couple of tweets that I responded to, or I should say, no, it was the Washington Times and the Washington Times. New York Times, Washington Post. New York Times said, quote, "I'm so sad. We need her working for us. Thank you. The news that Elizabeth Warren was exiting the 2020 presidential race led to an outpouring of tributes and gratitude." And I said, why? She's an overbearing, politically redundant liar. Of course, the worst part is that she's a woman, obviously. And then the Washington Post said, analysis, why Elizabeth Warren's departure is striking such a chord within the Democratic Party. Because they're being told it should. And I said, I am honestly bewildered as to why everyone is saying her dropping is a big deal. She couldn't articulate the details of her platform. She attacked Bernie with hearsay. She employed lies to bolster her personal history. What was lost?
Vagina, dude.
You're
Not much.
forgetting her main constituency, Twitter.
Oh yes. Well, I'm part of that constituency conceivably, but I'm not. So
Her biggest fans are on there, so you're going to see all of this outpouring of. It's all people whining on Twitter.
So the Washington Post also posted this today. Opinion: America's black billionaires have no place in a Bernie Sanders world. And I said, sure they do. They're giant mansions. It's like, what are you talking? The black. First off, wait, there are black billionaires? I thought that was practically impossible, right? But they're billionaires. They don't give a shit. 4 years of a president, 8 years of a president. They've got billions of dollars. Who gives a shit?
And I thought no billionaires were safe in Bernie's. I thought they all were at risk. Why specifically just the black one? Did Bernie say, I'm gonna tear down those rich Negroes?
Well, we got to worry about
rich people in general.
Yeah, we got to worry about Oprah, and Jay-Z. I mean, how are they going to eat?
Yeah, how are they going to survive? They're going to have to eat normal food.
And I have the latest from the planet Retcon in the world of Star Wars. The Rise of Skywalker novel reveals that despite Luke's X-Wing being ruined, Rey was able to use the wing patched with the door to Luke's hut, shield panels scavenged from the TIE wreckage, and a hefty amount of rewiring to fix it. And I said, next time on McRaver. Because fuck you. What's the name of that stuff that you use to it's sort of like it's like spackle, to fill in gaps in your wall to just sort of like, fill in a hole kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This novelization of the movie is fucking plot spackle. It's like well, that movie really sucked. We got to fill in those plot holes. Here's some random words on a page that'll fix everything in post-publishing production. And every time they give a new revelation of what the new secret, like whatever is, it's oh god, it's so bad. Thank you again, Sanguine. They have the same place as the other billionaires, either moved out of the U.S. or getting drained by an economic vampire. Well, I mean, I don't know. If I was a billionaire, regardless of what the color of my skin was, I think somehow I could survive Bernie Sanders as president. Because I'd really love to know, like, if Bernie Sanders becomes president, like, how is he going to? First off, how is he going to take anybody's money, like, in such a way as they suddenly stop being a billionaire? And secondly, that's basically it. How does he do that?
Yeah, even if he taxes them properly, if that's the thing. It's like, we're going to tax them what they're going to pay their fair share. They're still going to be rich. They're still going to be billionaires.
Thank you. This is Kyle. Our movies are so bad, we need to fix them in post. No, it's not even fixing it in post. It's fixing it in post. Like, the movie's already out. You can't do a redo of it. I mean, the most you could do is a director's cut after the fact, but even then, that just shows that you didn't know what the hell you were doing. Let's see. Faithless says, I was spackling just 2 hours ago. There was a song, I forget who did it, way back in the early 90s. It was like called Captain Spackle or something. And it was a joke about masturbation. I think it was something like that. Was that the Dead Kennedys? That might have been the Dead Kennedys. Or maybe, I don't remember. Anyway.
I'm not familiar.
Dectran says the Batman teaser trailer. Is that out now? I mean, I saw the picture of the new Batmobile. You see the picture of the Batmobile?
It looks like
I did not.
It looks very retro in the sense that it looks like, it basically looks like a muscle car with a big giant engine on the back, sort of like the original 60s Batmobile, but not as quite goofy looking, of course. So in that sense, it looks all right. It doesn't look like a completely improbable tank thing, which I'm fine with. If they're going for this, supposedly this movie takes place like in his second year as Batman, so it's still early in his career, even though he's got like a super duper techno suit of armor. So
yeah, I don't mind the car. That's actually kind of cool looking. It's far better than the armor.
And one more here, another opinion piece from the Washington Post. Opinion, both Sanders and Biden should commit to a female running mate.
Fuck off. They're going to anyway, but
Senators Warren, Harris, and Gillibrand should decline to endorse them if they fail to do so. And I said, sexist political blackmail let me try that again. Sexist political blackmail for high office sounds about right for the current year. Yeah, I mean, it's right up there with what we were talking about last night, like the law to make you have to put at least one woman on your corporate board. Like, who cares about the qualifications? Just has to be a woman. Yeah, and Biden will do it, and of course Bernie's going to do it too if they get to that point. And is it going to be Stacey Abrams? Is it going to be Elizabeth Warren? I don't know, but that's probably the direction they're going to go. But that's all the fucketry I had. Satsu, what do you got?
Let's see here. The first amount of fucketry that I had today was some so-fame silliness. Guy David Silverman tweeted that I tweeted Bernie Sanders that he was an atheist, and I was called an anti-Semite, a white supremacist by a bunch of progressives. Few were polite, most were nasty. Another reason to vote for or against a candidate against the candidate is this type of the type of people they empower if elected. So he's talking about Bernie Bros. And Sofane responded, "Please, everyone, leave David alone. He's extraordinarily delicate, and your mean words are radicalizing him." That was his takeaway.
Real quick, thank you, Willett Forge. Wealth tax, black billionaires, then millionaires. Even the wealth tax isn't going to take a billionaire from being a billionaire unless they're literally on the edge of $1 billion or something. But even then,
according to Bernie, his wealth tax plan will cut billionaires' wealth in half within 15 years. So you do the math.
Well, I'll do the math of, do you have the votes in the House? The answer is no. So not that I'm a billionaire or completely concerned about it, but yeah, like I said, Bernie has no chance of getting anything done if he's actually elected president. Thank you, Sanguine. Satsu, taxing them out of being billionaires is easy. Their fair share, as Bernie has defined, is up to and including 95%. So unless they have $20 billion plus, they aren't billionaires anymore. Yeah, I mean, again, if Bernie Sanders gets into office and is a complete dictator without any checks and balances, sure. But the House will never go along with it. So it's not going to happen. Anyway, sorry, Satsu.
Yeah, so that was Sofang's takeaway, that basically because this dude said that a part of your decision making on who you should vote or shouldn't vote for being the fact that, they kind of raise, these kind of hostile people, that makes him a radical. Not voting for Bernie makes you radical, apparently, which is hilarious.
That's right up there with not voting for Hillary means you're voting for Trump.
Yeah. Or makes you sexist by default.
Right.
It's stupid, but so let's see. There was definitely some other stuff. Oh, the Tulsi Gabbard thing. Just in, new standards eliminate Tulsi Gabbard from next Democratic debate. And my response was, the Dems are really showing their true colors now. Which, obviously people have already seen how this went, which is weird. Like they upped it to let fucking Bloomberg in.
Yes.
Yep.
And then lowered it to keep her out.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck? That is like I said, it's ridiculous how blatant it is. It's just like, yes, we are effectively meddling in these elections, but we have control over it. So is it meddling if we control it? No, it's not.
Has she commented on that by chance?
I didn't see anything from her directly. No.
Okay.
Also, I haven't looked, so maybe.
All right.
There was another post earlier of some chick, fat acceptance chick, saying, where is it? Oh, Happy World Obesity Day.
What the fuck?
I'm not done yet.
Oh.
Let's change the narrative. Fatness is not dangerous, an illness or something to be cured. Some people are just fat. Let's use this hashtag to instead celebrate fatness in all its forms.
Let's
I'll tag
not.
some of your favorite fat people here, and you do the same.
Oh God.
So my comment was, pauses my 600-pound life. What the fuck did this bitch just say?
Yeah.
Like, McSqueeze me?
That's asinine. That is just asinine.
Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ. Some people are just fat, guys. Just, yeah.
I need you to tag me in that.
And she got this picture of her belly all out and shit. Hold on. All right. I tagged you in it, Monk.
Thank you.
Let's see what else we got here. That is funny too, because I did actually pause my 600-pound life to do through that comment. That wasn't just a joke. It was very convenient that it worked out that way. Oh shit. Let's see here. What else? There was a lot of Corona fucketry I saw earlier. I'm trying to remember what it was about because I can't find it. Where is it? Whatever. I think about that. There's always Corona fucketry, so I'm sure there'll be some more at some point. Oh, in gaming fucketry, there was a lot of people kind of upset because in the new Resident Evil 3, if you know anything about Resident Evil, Nemesis, the dude who chases you around, can apparently break into save rooms. And the internet is not super happy about it. Because, I mean, in every Resident Evil in existence, damn near, that has save rooms, that is the only place where you are indeed safe. So if you go in there to save because you're in some trouble or you need to get some stuff that you need, and he can break into those rooms, then they're not really safe rooms now, are they?
I guess not.
Now, I'm thinking that it's just going to be like maybe a one-off thing. Like if he is directly following you, he could break in, or there's a section of the game where that's just possible. I don't think it's going to be like the whole thing. Like you're never safe ever. No save room is a safe room. I just think that's what I think. The way they're talking about it, it's kind of up in the air from what I've seen, but I truly don't believe that they're just going to be like, yeah, we're completely eliminating this crucial aspect of our game that we've, in a tradition that we've carried on for this long. I don't think they'll do that. So we'll see. For anybody who gives a shit, you can freak out about that. But I'm still playing it anyway, so who cares? Let's see. What else was going on today? I finally saw that Boomer video, that girl. And I'm like, why is everybody talking about this?
Because she's cute.
Yeah, she's cute. I'm like, that's kind of it. Like, there's like nothing really to this video.
Thank you, Willard.
Okay.
Thank you, Willard Forge. I am already my least favorite fat person.
Don't hate yourself. Just try to better yourself. That's the point. You don't have to hate yourself for being fat. Just don't embrace it as though it's a good thing, like these cunts are doing.
Yeah, and don't fucking shit on and make fun of people because they're fat. Like that, and that's the thing that I think a lot of people get twisted. Like when we're saying like we don't support fat acceptance, we're not saying that fat people shouldn't exist and you should make fun of them or talk shit about them. Like none of that. And none of that being said, it's just we shouldn't be celebrating it. We shouldn't be treating it like this happy thing that people should aspire for. Like, no, it's not. It's not something you should make fun of people for. You shouldn't shit talk people about it, unless it's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll make fun of people for anything.
Well, yeah, of course.
Look, you can make fun of me for being a cripple. We'll call it even.
Right. We're not saying that we endorse that behavior. We're just saying that it's not a good thing, like, period. We're not about to pretend like it's a great thing. I'm not going to make you feel like shit, but I'm definitely not going to be like, good job, fat fuck. Like, no.
Good job, Tubby.
Yeah. And like I said, I watched my 600-pound life. Yeah.
But before you move on, because we got distracted with that comment, which I don't mind, but you know that OK Boomer chick?
Yeah,
Mhm.
There was a new Twitter rule today. You realize she could end up getting like banned from Twitter for that?
Why?
You're not allowed to make fun of people for their age.
Well,
Oh.
as told by SDA, Boomer, that term doesn't have much to do with age. She says it's
Except
just
it does.
Yeah, well, she would have told you to go sit in the corner because you don't know what you're talking about, or at least that's what she said in her post. I don't know, man. They said it's just ignorant people who are insufferable and don't know shit. That's what it means now.
It's because millennials are too dumb to know the words that they're using, but I'm not going to say that on Twitter because I can get kicked off for it.
So, effectively, a good portion of millennial Twitter is going to be kicked off.
They could be in real trouble. And the funny part is the way the rule reads, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to take over your fucketry here, but it was just convenient. That's not the word I meant. Related, that's the word I meant. It's to stop people from being mean to millennials.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sanguine. Wait, Satsu, there is another reason to not burn the obese other than grease fries are bad.
Fries are bad. I don't agree. I disagree wholeheartedly.
There is another reason to
grease
not burn.
Fires are bad.
Fires are bad. Sorry. I'm a boomer now, too.
There you go.
Okay, Boomer.
Boomer.
I'm doing the little dance. You can't see it.
You're right. I can't. Thank God for small favors.
I look hot doing it. You should see me in that outfit.
Oh, boy. No, I shouldn't. I really shouldn't.
So I think that's it for Twitter stuff. There might have been some Facebook stuff, but I don't feel like opening up Facebook. So.
All right. I had one more I forgot to mention because it was very, very brief. So where'd it go now? The Washington Post had this opinion title: How Chasten Buttigieg is the yin to Pete's yang. And I said, so 69.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't know what else to do with a headline like that. I don't even care what the article is. Pete is irrelevant now. He is out of the race. He might get some kind of post in a theoretical Biden administration, which is probably not going to happen. But really, how is he the yin to Pete's yang? Who cares, first off? And how do you avoid sexual innuendo with that? Even if it wasn't two men. Seriously. Anyway. Monkey, what kind of fucketry do you have?
Oh, I got me a little bit. Let's see.
Do you really?
Amy Siskin today lied.
What?
Because she's a horrible bitch. But she said this. Friday, Trump abruptly cancels his trip to the CDC in Atlanta to sign $8.3 billion emergency coronavirus bill because, quote, they had one person who was potentially infected. While Larry Kudlow tells CNBC Americans should stay at work. Such heroic leadership by Trump. Nobody said that. They were pulling this with Trump yesterday because of the whole thing that where what's her name? Alyssa Milano. Can we impeach him for that? They're just all running around now lying about Trump and Trump's team and people with any vague relationship to Trump telling people to stay at work. Nobody's saying that. If you have coronavirus, do not go to work. Nobody's telling you to. But, Amy, she's still real upset, you guys, about Amy Klobuchar. She's on suicide watch. This one I actually have to put into chat. You guys, you'll have to watch it to see what all is going on. But this is our award-winning actress. I believe is she the one that won the award? Busy Phillips. and mentioned her abortion in doing so.
Yes.
Well, the Daily Caller has part of her speech from the same. It looks like from the same day that Schumer was up there, but she's up there talking about how she gets into her car, her beautiful car, because she had an abortion when she was 15. She drives to her really nice mansion because she had an abortion when she was 15.
What?
She had a bodily autonomy at 15, and it allowed her to do all this stuff at 15. Yeah, she actually says at 15. And she gets to go home to see her 2 beautiful kids and her husband, all of it because she had this abortion at 15. And then she says this: I will never stop talking about it. You got to listen to it to hear it, because I'm not doing it justice. She screams this as she says the whole thing.
Okay.
I will never stop talking about my abortion or my periods or my experiences in childbirth, my episiotomy, my yeast infection, or my ovulation that lines up with the moon.
Oh,
Like, what?
Is her ovulation a werewolf?
I'm guessing so.
Oh.
But you should watch the clip. It is disturbing how much she's happy to have sucked a kid right out of that vagina of hers. This is the part that I was going to bring up, and then I skipped earlier about the whole math thing over there on MSNBC. 11th Hour tweeted this out. Tonight on the air, we quoted a tweet that relied on bad math. We corrected the error after the next commercial break and have removed it from later editions of tonight's program. We apologize for the error. We quoted a tweet that relied on bad math. That's the only responsibility they take here.
Yeah.
We quoted a tweet that relied on bad math. You agreed with it. You said it's true repeatedly. And we quoted it. Is there any way you can take less responsibility for what happened there?
That is the Ron Burgundy defense right there.
It was on the teleprompter. Yeah.
The tweet was incorrect. It was the tweet's fault that it was incorrect.
Look, the tweet was absolutely incorrect, but the other people in that room should have been able to notice it. And, you know, her thing, I'm going to go buy a calculator, that's acknowledging that she made a mistake.
Yes.
This is going, yeah, that wasn't our fault. I mean, the only thing we did wrong was quote the tweet.
Can you believe that tweet lied to us?
Like, you fucking assholes. You're grown-ass adults who should have been able to do that simple of math. I don't care how bad you are at math. You should have been able to do that. I don't even need you to know that it comes out to about $1.52. But you should have been able to say, yeah, with this, we couldn't even have given everybody $2.
Even if they still went with it, like if they still use it, they could have at the very least be like, so the math is clearly incorrect here, but the point still remains. You know, even if they just said that.
I just hated the way that they did that. Well, tonight we quoted a tweet that relied on bad math. You not just quoted it, you actually sourced it for your story, you fucknut. Here's another one I got to throw into chat because I love Twitter, you guys. You know I love Twitter, and what this is just a beautiful example of why. It is O.J. Simpson at Costco buying a whole bunch of shit so he can stay alive during the coronavirus.
Oh no!
He's buying water and toilet paper, and it has the caption, "Coronavirus, who's afraid?"
You are.
Yeah.
You at the motherfucking store buying all the shit. So you.
And then finally, I just loved it. Like fucking O.J. Simpson, very likely a double murderer who served time for armed robbery, and he's on the Twitter. And people, Milo Yiannopoulos can't be on here because he pointed out that Leslie Jones looks like a dude.
Which she does.
She does. And even if you don't think she does, that's still just an opinion. But yeah, double murderer can be on here. Isn't that great?
Yay, America.
No, yay, Twitter.
Oh, sorry.
You're not allowed to say it, but she does look like Mighty Joe Young, just a little bit.
She does a little bit. You're not wrong.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I told you who she like. Monkey was asking me like, because we were talking about this before. She looks exactly like the dude from goddamn the monkey looking dude on the biker show. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, Ron Perlman.
She looks exactly. If he was a black woman, that's what he would look like.
He could be her dad.
I swear to God, he could. Oh my God, they are the same spirit animals.
Yeah, they both kind of have gorilla-ish features, and it's not because of their skin color. It's they look at their faces. Seriously, they're just horrific. I've always had a problem even looking at Ron Perlman because of that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he could have been on the Planet of the Apes, and no makeup required.
No makeup, no, just
None
a little
required.
fuzz around on a little extra fuzz here and there.
Yeah, it would have worked.
My final one, Ilhan Omar. I feel a little bad for this one, you guys, but it has to be done.
Yeah.
She said, horrifying. Mosques have been bombed. Students have been shot at. Places of worship have been defaced. If you're not doing anything to combat the rise of anti-Muslim hate in Minnesota under Trump, you're part of the problem. And I just told her some things happen to some people.
Oh.
Huh.
I don't know what she all worried about.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
That's all I got.
There was some other shit that Ilhan Omar said today. I think Monkey didn't I bring that up to you earlier?
Yes. What was it? It wasn't. I don't know if that was today. I think that was actually yesterday that she said it. What was it? Where she said that Medicare for all sounds like a bad idea until a
pandemic happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people responded with like, China, bitch.
Yeah. China, South Korea, Italy, they all have universal health care. Like they all have it. So what happened?
It's only here that we need it for Corona.
Yeah, and then somebody responded, open borders always sounds like a good idea until a pandemic happens. And then somebody's like, wow, look, a xenophobe. It's like, okay.
That's not xenophobic. This is it's one of the reasons why we check borders, and you don't just have open borders.
It is actually one of the major reasons why.
Yeah.
But, whatever. It's fine.
Ask the Indians what happens when you just let a whole bunch of strangers come in. Suddenly everybody has syphilis and dies. Good job.
Hilarious enough, those same people will tell you the story about how that happened and why it was such a horrible thing. But soon they forget when it's this conversation about something else.
Yeah, I'd forgot about that one. Yeah. I can't remember if that was like really early this morning or yesterday, but yeah.
That is super funny. Where it's like white people stole this land. They stole this land and they don't belong here. This land belongs to them. Also, immigrants should be allowed to come over here based on the policies that the white people who stole this land made. Oh shit, dude. I don't know if they ever put any thought into anything.
I think it's a given that they can't be.
Anyway, we're done. I'm done, at least.
I'm done.
Okay. Well then, guys, it's the bottom of the hour, so it's time for your time. If you have questions, comments, concerns, conspiracy theories, complaints, if you have any ideas of what you would do with your $1.52, put it in the chat now. If you have questions for us, please put plenty of chat marks after those. If you have statements for us to consider, please put plenty of statement marks after those. Are you guys gaming tonight?
Yes, that is the plan.
Is it 7 days to die, or is it No Man's 7 days, or is it Arky Dark?
We're doing Ark.
Ark Genesis.
Yeah, we're gonna do some missions today, which is the new portion of this game. Like that's like the newest content. They actually have a mission structure now. trackable and doable missions, and we haven't really done any of them live on stream since we started playing. So we're gonna focus today on doing some missions.
At least it's Arc Genesis and not Terminator Genesis.
Yeah.
Check Your Logic asks, why do some people do things? Because, they just do things to people for reasons. Tack Alpaca, the woman trying to drown the boy because she thought he was evil made me think of this. Have you ever seen the movie Frailty? Yes, I have. Bill Paxton, I think it was one of the few movies he directed himself, if I remember correctly. Matthew McConaughey had a small part in that movie. And Powers Booth. Really good movie. Really underrated movie. If you haven't seen it, check out Frailty. It won't say too much more. Good flick. You guys have you seen Frailty, Monkey?
No.
Very good movie. Keeverdam, Scribe, did you see my post that said Captain Spackle is by Big Daddy Meat Straw? I didn't, but I saw this one, and you have jogged my memory. Yes, I had a friend way back when who was really into some very obscure bands, and that was one of them, at least at the time. Like, few people these days remember the Dead Kennedys. And there was that one, and there was, was it King Missile or whatever? Anyway, yeah, and Suicidal Tendencies. Yeah. Angry Illinoisian Satsu, before the game stream, go on Steam and check out The Black Masses.
Oh, me and Monkey did go check that game out. It looks pretty cool, actually. I think it looks interesting.
Okay. Motto Winter, oh lords, have you heard that the head of the disease research in Wuhan was arrested for selling animal test subjects to the outdoor food market? What? That sounds almost insane enough to not be true.
Yeah.
So, if you've got a reliable source, so to speak, on that one, by all means, tweet it. But that sounds, yeah, I don't know. I mean, if it's true, that's insane. But Stargazer Nuts says, Scribe, I would donate my $1.52 to Malords. Well, thank you, Stargazer. That's very generous of you. George Mason, Satsu, Bofurry. I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense. Now has 9 episodes out. Have you checked it out yet?
What service is it on? I was on Netflix. I was on Crunchyroll. I'm like, I don't see this show. Like, he brought it up to me twice, and I do not see where I can watch this thing. So maybe I overlooked it. But yeah, I still haven't watched it because I can't seem to find it.
All right. Dr. No asks, Scribe, have you been to Utah? I have. I think I had a layover in Utah once. Does that count? So
well, technically that would mean you've been there.
Yeah,
what was their name?
Ha 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 ha. Pyrus Creed. So, Scribe, even your family likes to interrupt you? Sure. Why not? Faithless says, knows all about Frailty, but not even aware of Black Knight. No, I was aware of it as soon as I saw the poster. I was like, oh, yeah. You'll forgive me if I haven't thought about a Martin Lawrence cheese movie from the 90s that I never actually saw. There's a whole lot of movies I haven't seen.
Should have seen that one.
Well, I made a tweet about it. It's okay. Thank you, Cody Fry. As a rotund person myself, I fully support rotund person mockery. All right.
Rotund. I like
rotund, spherical. Alyssa doesn't lie. Have you seen people complaining that the media is talking about the coronavirus and not suicide deaths, slavery, AIDS, human trafficking, and child labor? I have seen people complaining about how, if you look at the numbers of people suffering and or dying from coronavirus pales in comparison to X, whatever it is. And to a certain extent, I get it. On the other hand, it's rare that you see something spread this fast and have an effect this quickly. Now, you compare it to the flu, and there's a lot of, there's a good case for that, but it's still relatively an unknown. So I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things where we've talked about this on the show. The panic, I think, is unjustified and overblown. The concern is not unjustified in general, just for the general health of everybody. There's a happy medium somewhere in there, but everything is at the extreme right now with the media and people's reactions to it. And ultimately, I'm more wary of and concerned about people acting on fear more so than the disease itself. Whether they're doing things to other people on the basis of fear or they make decisions on the basis of it that end up harming others in the long run, that kind of thing. So I don't know, but it's the same thing. Like, oh, there was a shooting at a mall the other day. Oh, well, drunk driving kills this many people. They're two different things, So, what do you guys think?
Same deal, pretty much.
I see people doing it, and I understand why they do. But yeah, this is a new thing, and don't worry, it'll die down, and people still won't care about your friends and family you lost that way. You'll be fine.
Yeah. George Mason says, Ranting Monkey, did you guys hear that Plague Incorporated got banned in China? Yeah.
I'm not shocked, but no.
I heard it. I don't know if it's true, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Fucking pictures of Winnie the Pooh are banned in there. So, I mean,
yeah.
Right.
It's not shocking.
Angry Illinoisan. So that would be, yes, you would be interested in it and possibly stream it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So far, me and Monkey have decided that, yeah, it looks like an entertaining and streamable game.
Now, that's not to say we don't have concerns about how it'll play because of how many people. This game has a lot of NPCs on the screen.
Yeah, it's boasting that kind of almost World War Z-esque kind of.
But we'd be happy to try it, sure.
Yeah.
Star Saver. Wait, we are getting $1.52? No, it's not that you're getting $1.52, but that is what the math comes out to if you take the tweet about Bloomberg's $500 million being distributed amongst the quoted 327 million Americans. Comes out to about $1.52. So
can't believe that reporter blocked her fucking Twitter from everyone.
That's cowardly.
Come on, I'm sorry, guys, I screwed up. My bad. There you go. You're done.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I'm sure there was some people being particularly nasty, but either way, just ignore that shit.
Words on a screen, whatever. Let's see. Dr. No, Satsu, how is Squeetus?
She is currently in the other room, losing her mind right now. She's good. As I said, we got a super cute video of her almost crawling today. We did some video chatting with my mom, and she was being an adorable little demon child, and then I video chat my dad afterwards, and he got all excited because I called him and stuff. So she's bringing joy to people's lives as usual.
George Mason says, Bofuri is on Hulu and Funimation.
Hulu and literally the only two services that I don't actively use. That's hilarious.
Daniel Fulman, Scribe, have you ever been to Spain, and did you like the music? I have never been to Spain. The furthest I've been outside of America was Canada a couple of times. So no, I haven't been to Spain. But I do like a good Spanish guitar. And when I think of Spanish guitar, I always think of, I don't know, it might be sacrilege to actual Spanish music, but my exposure is very limited. Bryan Adams, Do You Really Love a Woman? The Spanish guitar in that is always like one of my favorite parts. Let's see. The Dead Kaiser, my lords, have you seen the 1997 movie The Spawn? Do you mean Spawn as in Todd McFarlane's Spawn, or is there actually like some other movie called The Spawn?
Wasn't there a story about like a little demon kid?
It could be. There's been several like that.
No, I mean called The Spawn. I never watched it, but I have a recollection of a movie with that title.
Yeah, I don't remember that specifically, but I wouldn't be surprised.
A movie about Squeetus.
Yeah. Well, no, do you remember the Good Son with Macaulay Culkin?
Oh yeah, that movie. That movie kind of fucked me up as a kid.
Yeah, that movie's fucked up. But it's like Frodo versus Macaulay Culkin, because and the ending. Oh God, the ending. That was so brutal.
I was just like, Mom, if you ever had to choose between me and she's like, don't fucking ask me that.
It's like, Mom, would you pick me or Frodo? Well, Formerly Rodline. Oh, Lords, do you remember the show Kids in the Hall? Of course I do. And if so, what do you think of the announcement of them getting a new show? Well, the Kids in the Hall was great. I loved it when I was younger. There's actually a sketch they did. It was set in an art class, and it was done in like the 90s, and it foretold all the social justice of today. Like if you watched it now, and I have recently, it is so eerie how on the nose it predicted the kind of stuff that is going on now is just common practice.
Well,
Yeah.
Canada's a little bit ahead of us on this shit, so
That's true too. But yeah, I'm crushing your head guy, and I mean, all those guys. It was just great, and they couldn't get away with half the stuff they did then. Now, I don't think, especially in Canada.
I was never a big fan of the show Kids in the Hall. I like all of them individually as performers and actors and comedians, but the show itself I was never a huge fan of.
The skits were hit and miss sometimes, but I watched it with my parents, and I had a good time watching it. So a lot of good memories there. Any
show like that's going to be hit or miss, but I don't know. I like Dave. What's his name? Fuck. He used to be on. Was it News Radio?
Yep, News Radio.
Yeah, him. I love him every time I've ever seen him, except on Kids in the Hall.
No.
They just annoyed me.
Okay. Motto Winter. Oh, Laws, would you try a buffalo, as in the animal, macaroni and cheese with a glass of red Kool-Aid? Red Kool-Aid. What's in the Kool-Aid?
What color or what flavor?
He said red.
Yeah,
that ain't
red.
a flavor. There's strawberry. There's cherry.
What about
there's
purple
dark
stuff?
Red. That's black cherry.
What about purple drank?
Grape drank.
Grape drank.
Purple's great, man.
Buffalo mac and cheese. That sounds fine. Sure. Although I think, aren't they endangered species or something?
Are they?
I don't know. I thought maybe they were. Pyrus Creed, have you seen Nuance Brothers' video where he broke down Bernie's plan to pay for Medicare for all and that it was $12 trillion short? I haven't seen the video. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what the math came out to, because God knows Bernie doesn't know. Oh, Squeedus.
She mad.
Dr. No, Lords of the Night, will you guys do shots for every grammatical errors? Every grammatical errors. Well, I'm already drunk. Or SJW buzzwords found in every article.
No.
Oh God, we would die of alcohol poisoning after like an article and a half.
It'd be about an hour into the show, we'd be dead.
If not from the news that I read, but from the very first Medium article that Frosted sends us, yeah, we'd be dead. Let's see. Mr. Scott, I gave the delivery driver $9. My order was $7.48. Coincidence? Oh, the $1.52. Oh, yes, it was a coincidence.
You don't know that.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure the dinosaurs were sure that they weren't going to get hit by a comet.
Oh. Nicholas Daly, have any of you watched Letterkenny? My sister loves that show. I've never seen an episode. She keeps telling me I need to watch it.
It's ridiculous and funny. My son loves it, and it is dumb as fuck, but it is funny. It really is, yeah.
Will it forage? People farm / ranch buffalo for meat. It is yum. Okay, I was under the impression I thought they were, for some reason I thought they were endangered or like protected or something. So I'm probably mistaken. Will it forage? Scribe would be dead in one article. Satsu might last 2. I figure Monkey would last 1 hour because Monkey's a drunk.
I got my Irish blood.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Hey, you should be the special envoy to Northern Ireland.
I should be.
Yeah.
As long as I don't actually have to have travel going there, I'd be fine. We'll video conference.
There you go. Yeah, the special envoy to Northern Ireland via Skype. Let's see. Kieverdam says, I hear Squeedus, big heart. Well, you hear Squeedus, but you don't have to deal with Squeedus. So you get that luxury. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, did you want to put that video up of her trying to crawl?
Oh, yeah. Let me see here.
Just to break up the moment for a minute, because I want to see. I want to see Squeetus.
I got to see if she recorded it on my phone or hers.
Little
wait.
Squeetus.
Twitter.
Squeetus. Let's see. Mr. Scott, Ted Turner owns the most land in Nebraska. He has the biggest herd of buffalo that I'm aware of, like 60,000 plus. Jesus.
Whoa.
All right.
That's a lot of buffalo. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the one thing I'll never forgive Ted Turner for is colorizing old classic black and white movies. Like, just don't. Stop it. They look bad. Some look better than others, but most of them look bad. Like, I remember one copy of the 1956 Invasion of the Body Snatchers I bought. I thought that the cover being in color was just, for the cover. And then it was like, oh, it's been colorized. It looks so terrible. And so when it came out on DVD in glorious black and white, I was like, I got it. That's mine now. Jaeger Pony asked, does he own Chink? Oh, no. Chink tends to the animals, if you know what I mean. Will it Forge, the syphilis was from the New World. The Old World sourced smallpox. Okay. Fun fact. Thoughts on Elder Scrolls 6 coming in 2025, says Pyrus Creed. Is that the official announcement? I hadn't heard.
If it's coming in 2025, I am much more upset about the game even existing than I was previously. Because they've already established that they're using the same engine from Skyrim and all the other games, that broken engine that simply does not work. And that they said the only reason they are using is because it, prevents them from releasing games in a timely manner. Remember that? Yeah. Like, it's really easy because everything's just there and we know and we're used to it and it works. And I'm like, it doesn't. It hasn't. And we got to wait fucking 30 years for the next game anyway. So just fucking get a new engine.
I don't really care. The games that already exist are fine. I'm not some diehard Elder Scrolls freakazoid, so I can wait, I guess. I don't know. It's like,
look, even as a person who likes the glitches, like I like the brokenness and the jankiness of Bethesda games because I always take advantage of it. Because why the fuck wouldn't I? Just fix your shit, man. Like, you only can get away with releasing broken ass games for so long.
Well, people are still playing Fallout 76.
Well, I mean, it ain't as many as you think.
No, I'm pretty sure that's probably true. Dr. No says, Scribe Light, so are you forgiving him for Captain Planet? Why would I feel bad about Captain Planet? Captain Planet was great. Let's see. Red Castry says, it just works. Todd the fucking liar. Yeah. Todd Howard, worst salesman on the planet, probably should be held to account for false advertising multiple times over and over and over again.
I don't know, man. I think the dude for No Man's Sky got him beat just a little bit.
Yeah, but at least No Man's Sky, after a year, was a better game than when it started. Fallout 76.
Yeah.
Everything I've heard is still like the fuck broken, and it's just like,
dude, they are still breaking the game with patches to this day.
Oh yeah. They were like people's inventories got deleted in an update not too long ago, and they started banning people who reported bugs to them because in order to find the bug, they had to enact the bug with their own account, and they got banned for cheating or something when they were the ones reporting it. Like, it's like, Jesus. And I mean, they only now have just started releasing, I think in beta or whatever, the Wastelanders thing where they finally bring NPCs into the world, which they should have been there from the beginning. I've seen a couple of reviews where people were flown out to some kind of show to test it out. And the initial reports on it are, it's not bad. And the voice acting is really good, and some of the things sort of, and the dialogue system is classic Fallout, and not like the option wheel or whatever. So I mean that's positive, I guess. I'm never going to download that game again. Yeah, I paid $70 for it and I got completely robbed, but that's my, buyer beware. This is why I never buy AAA on the first day. I shouldn't have. I broke my own rule and I'm not happy that I did, but whatever.
Video's up if you want to share it to the stream.
Oh, where's
It's on the Twitters.
Oh, I don't know how to share Twitter on my thing here. I don't know how to do that.
Monkey, can you share it?
I can. Let's see. I don't have Twitter open, so give me a second here.
Is that an option? Can you pick to share that? I don't know.
Yeah, you put it on a different screen. You share the screen, and if there's audio.
Oh, that's my Twitter's on an app. It's not on a browser. That's why I can't do that.
Here it is. Wait, what just happened?
I don't know.
Okay.
The Squeedus.
Hang on. This is giving me problems for some reason. My Twitter keeps jumping on me.
All right, let's see if I can do it.
Okay.
Son of a bitch.
Olads other than Scribe. Is it time to put Scribe in a brothel? What, so I can earn or something?
There we go.
Oh, there she is. Oh, it's
Yeah,
flashing. There we go. Oh.
Look at her.
Oh,
She's trying.
She's almost trying to wiggle. Oh, she moved. She moved a couple inches forward.
She's trying so hard.
She's like, legs do things. What?
Yeah. She was trying so hard.
Aw, girly squeeties.
Look at that crazy hair.
Yep. Fuzzy hair. LOL, she's cute, so adorable. Halfway to an afro.
That's her hair combed out.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, that's combed out and moisturized. Her hair is. You can't do shit with it, man. It's crazy.
You might want to just go natural then.
Her hair is.
Oh, that's adorable. I like it like that. Y'all leave her alone. Stop trying to change that baby.
The guy who is sitting. She's on the move. She's going to be leaving the house and getting into all kinds of trouble soon. Better keep an eye on her, Satsu.
Right.
Eric Greenstatter. Have you heard of the movie Plan 9 from Outer Space? Have I ever? I've seen it both by itself and Mystery Science Theater, and I saw the Ed Wood movie about it, and yeah, I've seen Plan 9. My favorite line is, and I might be paraphrasing slightly, the detectives are looking at the crime scene, and then one of them says, well, he's dead, murdered, and somebody's responsible. It's just, the dialogue. It's so good. Let's see. Vortex says, babies are my kryptonite.
That's true for most.
Yeah. Most compassionate human beings. That's true.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lesser Logic says, my nephew and niece had the same hair. Love it. Fuzzy hair. He's trying so hard. Backscan says, has she given any political statements yet, Satsu? Do you hear her when she's on the show with us? When I say something on the air and she just goes, ah!
That's not political. That's her telling you to shut the hell up.
Oh. Now I'm sad.
She's interrupting you.
Oh. Daniel Fullman, seen the trailer for Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds. Thoughts? It looks like a stupid movie. It's like, what now?
So what is that one? That sounds familiar.
The premise is that the whole movie takes place in a video game where everybody acts like they're there are people who are playing in an MMO, and the characters themselves are the NPCs having to do the same thing over and over again, like get robbed at the bank and
gotcha.
all that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, it's it's sort of like Wreck-It Ralph, except it's not animated. Or there's tons of CGI, but conceivably there are actually real actors there too. Gulf City Cult of Krill. I'm apathetic towards babies. Okay, that's very sad. Those babies are adorable, as long as they're not mine. I don't have any, so I'm pretty safe. Let's see. We're coming up on the 5-minute warning, guys. You have any other questions, comments, concerns, anything else? Put them in the chat now. The one thing I'm disappointed about is that nobody can see the little joke I put in the background. I put it there, and I was like, only after I was finished with it, I was like, oh, it's going to be blocked by the our little avatars and things. There's a banner back there. It's a Bernie banner. I went to the trouble of photoshopping it partially, but you can't see it. Not quite sure how to show it. Unless I remove everybody from the stream and just let that sit there for a second. Maybe I'll do that at the very end. Just as a treat. You get to see a secret thing at the very end of the video. Motto Winter, oh lords, why does Scribe think that putting someone in a brothel means to work there? Well, okay, if you don't mean for me to work there, then you're saying I need to go pay for it. And I don't like either one of those options. So I don't know.
He chose the lesser of the two evils.
Yeah.
Putting somebody in a brothel would be making them go work there.
Make it your screen and share it, Scribe Light. No, that's too easy.
Yeah, there's a difference between putting somebody in one and taking somebody to one.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean that was the language kind of suggested that I was supposed to be the employee there. Angela Ariaga, Scribe Light, you make the Earth move. I'll have to check the news in the morning, but we just had a little quake. What?
You caused an earthquake, you piece of shit.
Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Oh, thank you, Chat Mort. I'm here to give you money at the end of the stream. Well,
Why
thank
is it
you.
red?
Why is what red?
The donation.
It's not red to me.
It's not in the YouTube chat. It does that sometimes on the Streamlab chat.
Oh,
Gotcha.
if it was red, man, that'd be like that's $399. Oh my god, no.
That's what I thought. I was like, oh shit, Chat Mort dropping them big.
Sean DW says Scribe needs to pay for it. He can't get a date any other way. Really? News to me. Roger Reynolds, Scribe Light. Does the screen have something to do with word uncle? No. Sinatra says, update, it's my GPU. Is that easily fixable? I'm not a computer person.
If you need to borrow mine, I got one over here for you.
Mr. Scott, how many more natural disasters will you cause, Scribe Light? Well, I tend to cause an earthquake or two in bed, if you know what I mean. Aha. No. Let's see. Not easily fixable, says Lesser Logic. Yeah, I don't know anything about computers.
Yeah, fixable, you replace it. It's his video card is what a GPU is.
Yeah, my previous computer, if you'll remember, it all just died because of a BIOS update that the computer manufacturer sent themselves, and it killed my motherboard. Yeah, never buying a Dell again. Never buying an Alienware again, because those guys are ripoff artists. Bullshit.
Satsu, didn't you just get that?
What
I thought
happened?
his computer was relatively new. I didn't
No,
know.
I swear you just got it, but the GPU specifically, I swear you just got that a couple months back.
No, my GPU, the new one that I got is in my computer right now, but the other one that I was using before that, it's just sitting here.
No, I meant Sinatra's. Sorry if I said yours. No, Sinatra just got his because didn't you upgrade 10? Did you go to the 1070 or 1080? I can't remember. Yeah, he just got that a couple months ago.
Tales of Gore. What model Alienware Scribe? It was an Aurora. Shit. It's sitting in a corner over here, basically for spare parts, and/or if I ever get around to finding that adapter to get the hard drive thing out of there with all my old
the
files.
Aurora, is that weird shaped one? It's got like it's like a pentagon or whatever.
No, it's a very compact design that like the the whole thing kind of swings outward. It was like an Aurora, I forget what, like 23 or something. I don't remember it. Anyway, the company was a complete ass. They sabotaged the computer, and then they wouldn't do anything to address it or reimburse me the couple $1,000s I spent on the fucking thing.
So they appled your ass.
More or less. And Stargazer Nut says, watch Ranting Monkey and Satsu 2 Cents after the stream on 2 Cents Plus. Yes, guys, remember, after the stream over on 2 Cents Plus, Arc Genesis with Monkey and Satsu, and I presume other people. Okay. Well, maybe not Sinatra now, unfortunately.
He's the only one that plays over here with us in this game.
Yeah. Let's see. And yeah, by the time I finish, this will be at the top of the hour. So, guys, thank you so much for coming out tonight and joining us, as you always do. You guys really are the best audience anyone could ask for. And also remember, tomorrow night, per usual, be on Monkey's channel at the usual time, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. What else? Yeah. Moderators, thank you for keeping an eye on things, even though everybody is so well behaved here. We barely have to worry about it. Everybody who donated, thank you so much for your generosity. It's all going to go towards Lysol spray and extra cans of soup as I hunker down to avoid the plague at some point, I assume, given what the news is telling me. Anything else before we go, guys?
Not that I can think of.
All right. Just a programming note. I am tentatively planning, per usual, to have a live stream on Sunday morning of some TEDx stuff or something. We'll see. If that changes, I'll let you guys know on tomorrow night's show, or at worst on Twitter come Sunday. We'll see. But yeah. Monkey, Satsu, thank you for joining me as always.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, your lives make us sad, and Sinatra's GPU makes us sadder, and we will see you tomorrow.
Hi, guys.
You going to say bye, Satsu?
Hell no.
Oh, okay. Well, per usual, I get out my copy of Screw the Roses, Send Me the Thorns, the romance and sexual sorcery of sadomasochism. Are you just going to be like a stubborn jerk today?
Oh.
Okay. And today's secret word is anxious. Well, that seems weirdly appropriate. And now, as a special treat, I'm going to remove us all from the stream so everyone can see the fruits of my photoshopping handiwork before I end the stream. So, bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.